Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson, looking to dispel this myth today about needing to take a lot of little steps around the tennis court. I think, going back years and years, it was very common that coaches, I think just in an attempt to get their players to move, thought the best way to motivate was, hey, take a lot of steps. And there's obviously not room on a tennis court to take a lot of steps with big strides. So they'd have players moving, running for a forehand with little steps. And it just, to me, doesn't support the modern game. So we're going to take a look today on the forehand side. First at me trying to get to a forehand, and the whole way I'm moving over, I'm just going to try to take as much of these little steps as possible. And I got to be honest, it's uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to it. But again, we got to get rid of these ideas that, were used in years past and get into these ideas that support today's modern game, okay? So here's a forehand, a little bit on the run. Right off the bat, I just feel my balance. It's just terrible the whole time. I'm focused on how many steps I'm trying to take. I'm not processing the ball well enough. I'm not processing where to stop well enough. And so all of a sudden I go to swing off that and I don't feel like my body's supporting the swing. Okay, so the modern game, the same shot that gets hit to me out there, you guys can see, I don't know, I'd probably, if I counted, maybe 2 steps right there off of a good split step, cover the same amount of ground, and yet my comfort level and my ability to rip into the forehand is so much better. Okay? One thing to think about, as I get close to the ball, if I've got a little extra time, I'm going to have Mark float me one, my initial move will still be these bigger strides, but with extra time near the tennis ball, I can then adjust my stance with smaller steps. That would be the time to still use these quicker, smaller steps, is when we're given time closer to the ball and we want to just set up perfectly. I'm going to still stride over, get them really adjusted, and then hit my swing. The other time, obviously, that you guys still use little steps is just in your ready position. Although it's stationary, while we're waiting for the opponent to hit the ball, we don't want to be flat-footed and stagnant here. So use these little bouncy steps in your ready position and use them adjusting when you're given time in the corner. But in terms of court coverage, that is not the time that we want to be using small steps. It's slower, we don't cover as much ground, and it's just, like we're saying in a lot of our videos, it's not what you're seeing the pros do in terms of the modern game. Okay, so start striding out to your shots a little more and get rid of those little pitter-patter steps that you've been using to try to get you to the ball. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. Hope that was helpful. Please click like below this video, and if you happen to be watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.